Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth and welcome back. So I'm feeling a ton better since getting so much unpacked. Hi, all you cute little kitties. Hi. So stress level is way down, but I did go to my doctor today to make sure my blood pressure was fine. The swelling in my legs and everything had gone down. I've concluded, even before going to the doctor, that it was an all-natural supplement I had started taking like 5 days prior. I must have been allergic to one of the ingredients, or it just didn't like my body. Either way, I had quit it 3 days ago now, and by day 2 of being off of it, I felt much better. So anyways, one thing I wanted to take care of today was I bought some Windex wipes and was cleaning the inside of my truck, and I just wanted to have a little self-care moment, because when I've not been feeling well and then I get to feeling better, it's really just, even when I'm not feeling well, is a reminder to me how important self-care is. And believe it or not, cleaning out my truck is one of my self-care things, because I love taking care of my truck. But I don't always make it a priority to keep it spotless, especially during the move. You can see it got really nasty back there, and I bought some plants recently, so that's dirty. So I cleaned all my windows, washed the outside of the truck yesterday. I prefer the drive-through car wash for the exterior. And my kids tease me because I get it washed when we live on a dirt road again now. But as I was telling them, no, it's not spotless. It's never going to be spotless because I live on a dirt road, but it's less dirty, way less dirty. It's better than letting the dirt just cake on and cake on and cake on. So like my running boards were covered in mud from the move because the road was really muddy then. But anyway, so brought in my vacuum. I'm going to clean up all of the carpet and it'll be much better. And then I'm going to, I'm going to lay out. That's one of my self-care things, is making sure to get sunlight. And so during the summer, typically I'm working in the garden enough that I get a lot of sunlight and I feel like my vitamin D is good and I'm feeling good. But in, late spring, usually I'm not working outside that much. And so I like to lay out. I do use SPF, but I do try and get my tan on too. So it's a little bit of both. But anyway, so I'm going to do that here shortly. And also, it's been a few days since I worked on the pool. Hi, Socks. Socks wants to come say hi. He's for adoption. Yes, he is. He's so cute. I mean, she's a she. Socks is a she. Anyways, so it's been a few days. And I honestly even forgot to turn like the filter on for a couple of days. So it's getting not super duper clear. So instead of being really frustrated about it, I decided I would just try to start tackling it again, just in little bits of time, because I do feel so much better since the house is like 90% unpacked. And during the unpacking process, we were purging and organizing, and it just feels so much better. You want down now? Okay, there you go. Okay, we still Minnie. Here's Minnie. Say hi, Minnie. She's for adoption too. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is when I go to lay out, I bought some more bleach. That worked really well in that other pool, and it helped in this pool too. I did bleach in this pool before I did green to blue. I just don't want to have to buy green to blue again, so I'm going to wait and see. Tomorrow I do my weekly Walmart order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 4 gallons of bleach. Well, you want down, but you want to hold on. So what you doing? What you doing? Okay, let's get down. You gotta release. You gotta release. Oh, shit. Girl, what is happening here? They just all bothering you? There's my kitty. Hi, Starling. Okay, so I'm going to put some bleach in it. 4 gallons of bleach, turn the filter on, and I do have the little floaty thing in there with chlorine tabs, and tomorrow I'm going to get some shock and I'm going to do that. But for now, I'm going to do the bleach and run the filter for just like an hour or two, and see if that helps clear it up any by tomorrow. See if we can kind of get a jump on it. Because it was clear enough I could see to vacuum, but then we had the problems with the pump, and then we got busy and all these things. So I had hoped in my mind it would be ready by this weekend, but now we're 2 days away from the weekend, and y'all, it's still bad. So to be determined. We're back and feeling mighty disheveled, but so the pool is like a whole thing. It's been a mess, but it is really beautiful outside. This, you guys, is an amazing hummingbird. I don't guess it's a wind chime. I guess it's just decor, but anyways, it's solar, and it has, these all have LED lights in them, and they change colors. It's so beautiful. This rose that we've had for ages and ages is coming back. Look how gorgeous. Anyway, so it's just very lovely. So with the pool, I'm sure you saw in a previous video, I did green to blue. I think, and that it didn't work like it normally does, and I think that might have been because it was raining. That's the only thing I can think of, because I did it just like I always do, and it just did not work right. I've vacuumed the pool, had issues with it. My husband worked on it. I've just had all these different things, and then now my husband thinks it's just been too long since I did chemicals, because you can't see clearly to the bottom anymore. Let me show you. See, that's what it looks like. Crappy. And today is Friday, which means tonight the girls come for the weekend from their mom's house, and you know, I always have a list of specific things I want done through the week to have done by Friday evening, because I want the girls to always have a fun weekend with us. I want us to do, you know, activities. So I want basically like chores, certain chores done. So I'm not having to do work on the weekends, which sometimes I still have to, depends on how business is going. And I just want, you know, projects kind of taken care of so we can just have quality time. And so it's kind of like always like this mental deadline in my head, which really stresses me out. My husband's like, you shouldn't even worry about it. It's not a big deal. But I still do. Anyway, so, you know, they're excited to swim, so I wanted to get this set up for them. But I think what I'm going to do, I already ordered, I've got like 10 pounds of shock coming this evening in our Walmart order. And I think what I'm going to do for now is I'm actually going to put the automatic vacuum on it, put it on waste, and let it run a few hours, because I know I've gotten 95% of the leaves out. And just see what that does. Let's see. There's a tractor coming. I wonder which relative that is. That was my father-in-law. Okay, so yeah, you can't see, but I feel like here in a minute, I feel like just kind of immediately when I put the vacuum in, I'll be able to tell if it's going to do anything. So let me get all this hooked up and set up, because it's all just out here on the ground, disconnected and discombobulated. All right, we got it going. This may be the smartest thing I've ever done. Doubt it, but let's see. You see the line where it started? But that also shows just how hazy it still is. But the thing is I feel like if it can get a lot of this algae off for me, as long as it doesn't get stuck on the ladder. That's always the problem we've had with the automatic one. It wants to go to this side of the pool and get stuck on the ladder. And in order to put that ladder up, we've got to take pins out of it. Bolts and pins, and it's a pain in the butt. And see, there it is, already trying to get stuck in it. So I'm gonna just do what I always do and just drag it away from the ladder as long as I can reach it. Yeah, see, it's stuck on it right now. Okay. I know it's dirty back there, but let's go this other way. So one thing is, since I have this on waste, I'm going to go ahead and turn the water hose back on. Okay, you're doing decent. You're doing decent. I'm going to have to just keep checking on the pool. Anyway, what I was saying is, if it can vacuum up the crap on the ground, it's not going to be 100%. It's an automatic, guys, so it's not going to get 100% anyway. But if it gets a lot, and then I can throw some chemicals in it this evening, like a lot of shock when stuff comes in, turn the filter on for several hours, that can make a really big difference. Like, it could potentially be swimmable in the morning, just maybe a little dirty, which the kids don't care. I mean, honestly. But it's more of a matter of just, I know the chemicals and having the filter on for hours will make it become clearer tomorrow, which will mean it will need to be vacuumed again. And it will need a really good manual vacuum job anyway, but, you know, I could do that this weekend when it's beautiful. Put my bathing suit on and get out here and just clean. And if it gets clean enough, I don't care. I actually enjoy getting in the pool to manually vacuum it. But I'm not going to do that with the way it looks right now. But, anyways, it's leaving a trail. It's just, that's the bummer thing with the automatic vacuum, is it's just willy-nilly all over the place. And if the ladder wasn't in the way, honestly, it would probably accomplish a lot. But it just almost always gets stuck on that ladder. So I'm going to try and pull it to this other side that I never even manually vacuum. The water is so warm, you guys. Like, it seriously makes me wish I could go swimming right now, even though it's a little chilly summer morning, you know. But it's so warm. When I looked the other day, I think it said 80, and this feels warmer than that. I wouldn't plan on doing that this morning, or I wouldn't have been wearing a long sleeve cardigan. That's how all my good clothes get ruined. Is I just get dressed for the day, and then I decide to do something like paint or put bleach in the pool or something like that. So while this is going, I'll have to check on it pretty frequently, like every 20-30 minutes. Make sure it's not stuck in the pool. We've got another appointment today, which is probably in about 3 or 4 hours. So I'll probably just leave it on and keep checking on it between now and then. You can see where it's been. So, and this over here is the darker area, because see, I manually vacuumed this and then it got dirty and kind of settled again, but it's not as bad. That's darker, and that's why I wanted to drag it over there. Because sometimes if you drag it to that side of the pool, it'll stay over there a bit. But I kid you not, it's like a magnet drawn to the freaking ladder. I gotta go around to the other side of the house to get the water hose turned on that's already in the pool. And then I'll just be keeping an eye on this and let you know how it goes throughout the day. Could be another failed attempt, but hey, if you don't try 1,000 times, how do you ever succeed? You don't. If you don't try, you never succeed. Check this out. Look how huge. Oh my goodness, look, it's coming out over the border, which is fine because I'm totally expanding that. But just, oh, that is so big. And then look, it's got babies over here. These are all hollyhock babies. Totally fine with that. Because again, this bed is it's gonna come out this way. It's gonna be way out here. These things are gonna be inside the new expanded bed. This hollyhock, this hosta, I put in like 3 years ago. It would get a little bit smaller than this, never flower, and it would die back from heat. So it would literally only live like a month every year. Right now it's already doing way better, so I'm glad. That's the only one of this variety that I have. And this little perennial I put in last year, look at all, it's budded up all over. I love that. Can't wait. That might need to be moved because this hollyhock's getting so big. Look, got lots of weeds too, so real life over here. I'll show you this real quick while we're here. Okay, so this hosta, these back here are all weeds. I need to pull these. Look at this, it's Stilby. It's its second year. Love it. I had something there, I can't remember what. But this is lots of weeds, and then gladiolas. And then this is concrete right here. So I can't ever put anything right there. So I need to do like a container or a container combo right there on the mulch. While we're looking at plants, look at these new guys. These are the ones I brought from the other place. And I'm really happy with how this little random bed is turning out here. It's a great view out my office window. This is a rose bush, so it'll get fairly big. And that's a rose bush too. It's been kind of stunted. I probably need to fertilize it. There's Minnie and Socks. But anyways, I just love these. They're doing really good. It's fun to see. Well, so in the amount of time I went to go turn on water and got distracted by plants and kittens, it's done this, so that's great. You can see it's right here on its way back to getting stuck on the ladder. So annoying. It almost looks like it's stuck right now, so I'm gonna go check it before I head in, make sure it didn't grab some leaves somewhere. And then I'm gonna drag it back over there. I mean, it's getting it. It's just the water's not clear, but the shock tonight will help that, so. The water level is actually lower than I thought. Probably lost some to evaporation over the last few days that we've not worked on it and not had any rain. So I've only got about an inch of water level. So probably, probably in like an hour or so. I don't know how quickly it'll go down. I'll have to turn it off and just leave the water on, and then vacuum again when we get back from our appointments, because it's just not gonna be full enough, unfortunately. It's kind of the game you play back and forth with doing a pull like this. So while I'm still out here real quick, I thought I would just explain. This is where we want to build a deck. So we've got this deck. We want the deck to come all the way over to the house. We want it to come to the back door there. And then here on the front end, it would basically just be where this one ends, right here. We come over, which is right at the kitchen sink. And so one thing, which is actually way smaller than in my drawing with how I thought it would be. Anyway, so that's good because the lumber will cost less than anticipated. But one weird thing is that I wanted the part where the slide's going to go, which will be on that end, to be this height, you know, the height of the pool. And because obviously it has to. But then we've got like this huge difference between the height of the pool and the actual bottom of the back door. So we're gonna, I think this weekend we'll actually get some like rope and stuff and stakes and just kind of mark things off to get a better visual idea. We also need to measure so we can draw out our plan and figure out how much lumber we need and stuff. This is not a project my husband's excited to do, because it's probably going to be a big project, and we'll probably just work on it like half a Saturday every week, you know, until we get it done, because we have so much stuff going on. And a lot of these plants here I'm going to have to transplant, but what I'll do is they'll live in front of the new deck. So there'll be stairs over here and stairs on the back, and we'll connect the new deck with the old deck. And what my husband would like to do is have the deck along the house be the height of the door, and then just have it come over and meet up and basically do like another taller deck on that side like this one, and then have steps going up to the slide deck and steps going up to this deck, which I think would be just fine. But you know, I just wanted to have room in this space right here, which is not a ton of room, but I wanted to have room here for like an outdoor couch and lounge chair, barbecue grill, like a little outdoor kitchen area, and some lounge chairs. And also what I had drawn out was like a, you know, a 6 or 8 person table. So that's not all gonna fit, but that's fine. We'll make it work, because I'm just gonna be super stoked to have, you know, a deck, a large entertainment area, let's put it that way. So anyways, it's nowhere near as big as what I was initially thinking, and I think that's good. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so great. I wish I had like rope right now and I would just kind of see, because I feel like looking at the back door, the deck coming off the back door and going over to the pool, I think it'll just be like 1.5 feet below the top, which would be good. We were thinking it was going to be like this huge 3 or 4 foot difference and look really awkward. But again, this yard slopes down. So I don't know if you've ever noticed with our pool, but whenever I work on it, I stand up on this front end because I can actually reach over. But if you walk around the back end of the pool, you can barely reach over, because it's level, but it's built on a slight decline. So is the house. So it's, you know, that's going to be a difficult thing for me, because I don't know how all that really just perfectly works. But anyway, it's going to be fun. So I'm outside with Maple for a walk. She's been really bad about not just coming back lately. And look at these beautiful plants. This is yarrow, perennial herb. It's just gorgeous. And then the striped grass, zebra grass right there. Get her to come over here. Come here. Look at that. So cool. Love that guy. These cannas here keep coming up, and we wanted to get rid of this whole bed. So my husband's been mowing it, and I'm probably just gonna have to move those. He's mowed them down 3 times and they keep coming back. So we'll just find somewhere else for them to live. Beautiful flowers everywhere. Gosh, it's a gorgeous day. This would be so lovely to be working outside right now. Oh, I did throw some seeds in over here. I don't remember what I did. I think I did zinnias, just kind of randomly in this spot. Look at this. This is one bush. That is a lemon balm. Perennial herb. Maple's gonna make me fall. Just mercy me. Look at that. Still need to get these plants in the ground. So I have been able to run the automatic vacuum on the pool a couple different times today. Right now it's refilling. The shock is here, and we're just getting the water level back up so that we can run the filter to put the shock in. But anyways, I'm going to start this soup recipe for dinner. I found this on Pinterest. I've had it before. The majority of us loved it. Those of us that aren't like super picky eaters. So I thought I would share parts of the recipe with you. If you guys are really interested, comment below. Let me know if you want like a full recipe video on this, because I'm just totally going to show you the highlights. It's delish. It is a, let me think of what they call it. It's an Italian sausage tortellini soup with kale. So by accident in my Walmart order, I ordered ravioli instead of tortellini, but that's okay. I may just use 1 bag instead of 2 since they're bigger, because I am doing almost a double batch because so many of us loved it. But anyways, really it's a cream-based soup with heavy cream, garlic, onions, Italian sausage. You guys, actually what it is it's zuppa toscana soup, but instead of potatoes, there's tortellini. It's amazing. I'm going to pick up where we left off, which is working on the pool. So last night we did put a bunch of shock in it, ran the filter, probably not long enough. It's not as clear this morning as I was hoping it would be. I'm going to start vacuuming it, so I guess I'll show you what it looks like now. I do have the water hose on as well. So see, I mean, you can tell there's obviously dirty spots, but you can't just very clearly see down to the bottom. So I don't know, I'm just going to vacuum as much as I can until the water gets too low and just keep working on it like that. It's definitely going to need more chemicals, but I'm not sure if it needs more shock or muriatic acid. There's so many of them, so you take them out of the water and they just start flopping around. Yeah. There it is. All right, so it is 10:30 on a Saturday, and we got the pool basically cleaned up. So it's cloudy. I tested the levels. There's too much chlorine in it because we did that really big shock last night. So, and it also is really low. It needs muriatic acid. So there's one place in our tiny little town where we can get muriatic acid before noon on Saturday, or they're closed the rest of the weekend. So myself or my husband are going to get that. But right now we've got to fill the pool level back up so that we can even run the filter. The pump was getting to not run well. So that's why Ella got in and she was manually netting the top and getting out the remaining leaves in the bottom. And so then, so we're just going to be refilling that, and we'll probably let the kids swim later today before we put muriatic acid in it. And the chlorine level just kind of balances itself out over time. So now I got to figure out which project I want to work on inside the house, because there's thousands to choose from. I think I'm going to tackle cleaning that, because Lord, you can tell it needs it. And then these are the filters we use. I just discovered a few months ago, but I really, really love them. You can buy them on Amazon. Can't see much of the... Well, yeah, you can't see the brand of it. But anyways, they're pink. And over time, as they've caught a lot of pet dander and they're kind of like losing their efficiency, they turn gray. So there's a color scale. There'll be a little card in here that shows that. We use them at the other house and really, really like them. So I have just a bi-monthly Amazon subscription because they send 2 at a time for this size. Anyways, I love them. And just in case you're curious, the audiobook I'm listening to today on Audible is The Surrender Experiment. I've listened to it before, absolutely love it. Actually, first time I ever listened to it was 2 years ago cleaning out the pool, and I spent like 5 hours outside listening to that book, and it was amazing. Anyways, I love it, so thought I'd give it a repeat today while I work on projects. Yeah, a house that's sitting empty for 7 months. Definitely some neglect here we're making up for and having to deal with. Love the island. Having a little quick lunch, and I'm working on painting, finishing the cut-in up here. That's all wet. So I guess that's what I'm going to work on for a while. Is that my husband's going to paint that AC vent before we put that back up. That'll be nice. Can't wait to paint that hallway all white. That's going to be great. Perfecto. Okay, well, I'm making great progress. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Anyway, so the quarter round on the bottom that was wood is going to need a second coat, but the baseboard itself is good. Now I'm going to do this up here. I don't need to do over there. I really just have to do this because when I first sprayed this wall, I got some overspray in just like a 3-foot section, but it could use a touch up. So I'm going to go ahead and do it all the way across. That trim in there was brand new a year ago, so it still looks pretty good. So I'm just going to do this up here, hit this a second time, and figure out what else I need to do. And to show you a difference, let me show you this door jamb. See that? I got to get the ladder to get that. But so I was just showing Riley. I painted this last year. I went around and I did the front. But last year I did not do the side because I knew I wanted to paint this wall. So then when I came in, I painted this wall green. I did get a little green on the door jamb because I knew I was going to paint this white. So I have since painted it white. Looks much better. It's not perfect because I don't tape this off. I just do it by hand, but looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and get that other part there. And while I've got this white and this brush out, I'm going to go around. I'm going to do some stuff like this. These other jams. This is going to be a different color white. But all these little spots, I'm going to hit these guys. All of them. It's going to make such a difference. Look at this. Look at this. I feel like I've painted this before, but I don't think I have. I think I just scrubbed it. It gets real dirty with all the kids. So yeah. So then I'll come in here and I'll do these. So I've also concluded that, again, like I just said, I'm going to do all this trim and the pure white. And I have a different white for this hallway, which is the night blooming jasmine. But I think I want this wall to be orange. Because this is what you see when you come in the front door. Oh, look, my husband's over there in a tractor. So see, this is the only part of the hallway that you see. And again, remember, I am going to be doing this living room, and it's going to be green and orange. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this wall be green because it's our main wall and it's for sure where the TV's going to stay. So there'll be a lot of decor on this wall, almost like a gallery wall. So if that right there is orange, that will look really cool. So then this would be white. And I think I'll do this far wall over here orange. So we'll have orange, green, pop of orange, but then a lot of white. So if you're a person who doesn't like bold colors, just go with it. Just wait. It ends up balancing out. I think I'm pretty good at that. So just like with this green wall here, this is the only green in this whole space. Every other wall in here is gonna be white, you know what I'm saying? So it's an accent wall. It's a very bold color, but it's a color we love and we're passionate about. When I say we, I mean me, and everybody else just deals with it. But that's looking stunning with that white trim. I'm so happy with that. And I think probably in the next week or so, we might get around to staining those, because as things come together more in this space, I'm really eager to see what those look like. That's going to be fun. And trim, of course. We'll have to buy more Cillian trim, but anyway. So I guess I'm just going to keep doing white trim everywhere while I've got it out. We've also got this spot in the front bathroom. This piece of trim right there. Look at that. My finger just found it. Isn't that perfect? Right there was replaced last year. And then when I did this orange paint, I painted up to it. My husband did new caulking around it. But it's just that one little 3-foot section. It's not white. All the rest of the trim in there is white. So I need to put some paint on that just so it matches. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm not going to film it. I'll just show you when I get it done. It's a lot of tedious work. Up and down ladders and on my hands and knees. And so I'm just glad to be getting it done. Still listening to my audiobook. Power of Surrender. My husband fixed the pool. Pump's going. I think the kids are going to get to swim in the next couple of hours, even though it's not clear. But I'm really optimistic in the next day or two with the filter on. It's going to be less cloudy, because I don't know if I mentioned it in a video or not. But it's cloudy because there's too much chlorine in it. So it just needs some time. And we'll add some muriatic acid tonight after the kids get a chance to swim. Yay, the kids are getting to swim. So excited for them. So me doing this trim in the kitchen quickly led to door jams in the hallways, baseboards in the hallways, door jams in the bathroom. Now I've done the door jam to the living room, except the top. Now I'm doing the one to Connor's room, and then I will wrap up with some stuff in the bathroom. Anyways, my point is, my husband's mowing the yard. He's gonna weed eat, do all the yard things. Kids are having fun in the pool for a while. I've got 2 or 3 hours until supper time, so I'm just gonna keep going with the white as far as I need to go and continue on as long as I need to do until I run out of things that need to be white. So I've not done the bottom yet, but I've come through and I've done these jams. You can see they're wet, and just working on that. All right, everything is a mess, but look at there. Finished that piece of wood trim back there. Finished all of the white trim that I think I need to do in this hallway, and I'm fixing to roll the night blooming jasmine. And I'm wondering how big of a difference the white is gonna be, because it's just white on white. So this wall right here is going to be orange. So I'm really ready to kind of like finalize this space. So I'm going to have to cut in the new white. I really wanted to do the orange on that wall because it's going to look awesome. I don't think I have enough brushes though. We'll see. But so while I have the white roller out, I'm going to come over here and roll this purple wall white, because that's going to be so exciting. It's going to make a big difference, and it's going to need 2 coats at least. So, and then we've got this wall here too, so going to be nice. And we will be doing trim here, and we have a white quarter round piece that goes here that we'll be redoing later, and we'll have to reapply the ceiling trim up there, which we have. We did save that, just don't know exactly where it's at. But look how nice that white trim on the green wall is looking. My goodness, that's so sharp. What do you think? My view from my jungle.
I wanna see you again, see you again. I don't wanna pretend. Let's do it again, do it again. It's worse when you're not here. Let's turn the clock back on. Something we've done before. Time's ticking like it always do. It's me and you. Stay until I count to 10. Until I fall in love again. Find your chance to come my way. Stay right here and play the game. Catch me off guard once again. Make you move, I watch you in. I'm counting on I'm counting on you.
I hung those things up there just literally temporarily. Make myself feel better. Hide the bad parts of the wall. And it works. I'm fixing to cut in this white on this purple, and my husband is going to, I think, here in a minute, start on hanging the chandelier here. We have another fan from the other house that's going to go there. That one's really old and it's smaller, so we're putting in a bigger one. And then we're going to bring in the buffet that's going to go in there. so that I can clear off a lot of this stuff on the table. Actually belongs in that buffet, and that box are the walnut shells. It'll go anyway. So that's what we're working on. Since the hallway is mostly done except for the orange wall. Okay, the hallway is done except for the orange wall, which I do want to go ahead and do today. Then we're trying to just focus on wrapping up stuff in this space that we can. So that's why he's going to do the lights. Yeah, that'll be nice to get the table cleaned off because it's messy. And then once I get this painting done, we're leaving that wavy wall until we fix it. So I'm not going to paint it. I'm going to go ahead and do all this white here. And we're going to get some stuff to finish that out. But that's later down the road. But then at least I can like place plants and, you know, maybe hang some things over here and just kind of get in like a normal vibe somehow. Wow, look at that. So I've rolled 2 coats and I've cut in once. So obviously I'll be doing that second time. I might have to do some touch up with the brush on the bottom just because it's paneling, so you've got like lines and stuff. But for now I'm going to let this kind of set and wait while I think I'm going to do the orange before I start supper. I'm making a cracked out loaded potato casserole, which is really good, but we do it minus the chicken. And I was thinking I'd roll the orange in the hallway before I start the food because I'm so excited. So I quickly found everything I needed for the orange paint, so I feel like that's totally fate. But in the process of looking for the orange paint, look what I found. After I scrubbed that thing for like probably literally 45 minutes, you guys, my husband spray painted it white because I scrubbed it so hard, white was coming off. So anyways, that's going to be really nice. Get back up in here, get the new filter in. So I'm going to do that really quick. Love it. Check. So we've had difficulties with the chandelier because this is where we want it. The table is going to be over this way a bit more. It's just moved over now so he could work on this. But to get this where we wanted it, based on where we want the furniture, the actual cord it came with is not long enough. So my husband rigged up, rewired it basically with an extension cord, and it reaches the distance. However, it doesn't work. So it's the end of the day. My husband's exhausted. We don't know if like the bulbs are in weird or what, but it's not working. So I don't know if he's gonna feel like looking at it again this evening. He just went to go pick up one of our kids, but I'm gonna work on, I just cut in the second coat of everything I could do from the ground, and now I'm fixing to do this, and then I'm gonna chill and go eat. But made a lot of difference in here today, and I love it.